Cricket is my passion and I cannot avoid it. Gurkirat, India has this injury issue with the first Shubman Gill going out and then Mayank. Do you think it's a blessing in disguise that Rahul is going to open tomorrow, or what? What is your call on that?
I don't think we are still sure if it's Rahul going to be opening or if it's going to be Vihari or Pujara or who comes in. But just one thing that I want to add regarding Trent Bridge. Trent Bridge is also the venue where we won in 2007 and won the series. And in 2014, we had drawn the test match, the first test match that was there. So it's sort of a happy hunting ground, if you might want to call it. We did lose to England in 2011 in Trent Bridge when Stuart Broad took that hat trick, but he's also going to be a bowler we have to be reckoning with, because he also has his best figures of 8 for 15 in Trent Bridge. So, but India should still be happy that we are beginning at a ground where India have a good record as opposed to starting at Edgbaston or at Lords.
Okay, fine. Let me now straight come to India's squad. Gurkirat says we are not sure whether it will be Vihari or probably KL. I don't know what is the think tank going to say. Nonetheless, would you go with the two spinners, or would you like to have an extra batsman or an extra pacer in Siraj? Naresh?
How much I would like Siraj to be in the 11, it won't seem that way. I think Ishant, Bumrah and Shami would form the seam attack, new ball attack. But yeah, Ashwin, Jadeja also, there's no reason why both shouldn't play. But you know what has happened after a dry spell, there is little bit of overcast since 2 days. Today, there could be some rain later in the evening, but it shouldn't be a much of an issue for overnight. But Virat Kohli also has just made a statement, no surprises. He will wait for the toss to announce the team. So I can say Jadeja / Shardul Thakur may be the case. Otherwise, just one opener slot remains open. Otherwise, this could be the only change. Not fair to say that we need drastic changes after the final, because in the end, that was the best 11 to play. Yes, we didn't win the final, but we need to consider this series the most critical amongst the WTC second season, because one, it is a 5-match series. You have an opportunity to get maximum points. Second, one of the toughest overseas of the 3 that we will have. England and South Africa are the 2 tough ones we are having overseas in this WTC. So India should still consider playing the best 11, and the last one was the one which I feel was the best 11. But yeah, Jadeja / Shardul Thakur could be the only change and a new opener.
Sounds interesting. In fact, Shardul Thakur, I am a big fan of his. He moving the ball. Only problem, he's being a bit inconsistent. I'm not sure whether Gurkirat is a fan of Shardul Thakur to play a test match ahead of Jadeja or probably Siraj.
I don't see any change happening except for the new opener coming in place of Shubman, because I think we are also getting slightly carried away with Shardul's one innings in Gabba, because Jadeja has performed well with the bat. He has history behind him, he has form behind him, he has his record behind him. And if Shardul has to play, then he has to play in place of Jadeja, more or less, because Ashwin has done well. Ashwin's done well in the one county game that he played as well. He was good in the WTC final also. And then there's the question of the 3 paces. I think Siraj can only play when India choose to rotate or probably rest 3 of the pacers in Bumrah, Shami and Ishant. Yeah. So I'd like Siraj to get a look in. Maybe when India move to Lords, where the conditions are more suitable for swing than seam. And if the grass stays as it is and if the weather is clear, then it might seem a lot more than swing. So that might be a good thing for India.
Well, Gurkirat says that India would get Siraj in Lords. And I remember in the WTC final, it was the New Zealanders who swung the ball more. So Siraj is not that type of bowler who can swing, Naresh, the ball compared to the other bowlers of which India has.
No, he's close to them to swing, And again, it's all about conditions. What we saw in Lords, what New Zealand did, honestly, they dominated the entire test until the rain came in. And if India needs to pick up from there, again, it is what happened in Southampton. We need to bowl that length to get the benefit of the Duke's ball moving around. And Siraj is the next option to Ishant, Shami, or Bumrah. So I think they have the capability to do it, to just bowl the right length to get the ball moving around in those conditions.
All right. I would pick Siraj because he's able to knock off batsmen and injure them and give them the concussion.
He's injured our own batsmen. Yeah.
That was on the lighter side. Now let me come to the batting. India has had batting worries, Gurkirat, where we are the top three players, Pujara, Virat, and if I'm not wrong, there's one more player, Ajinkya Rahane. They all average less than 30. Welcome to the show, Dia. We've already started the show. I'll come to you. But Gurkirat, please come to this question. How do we tackle this below 30 average for this top three players?
It is a concern, without a doubt. But to be very honest, you don't have anyone else who can be better than the three that you have currently. You just want them to perform to their capabilities. If all three of Ajinkya Rahane, Virat Kohli, and Cheteshwar Pujara can perform, say if three of them combined can give India 1,000 runs in the series, we can be very sure of India's chances of winning the series. Because if that happens, then you would know that at some point of time, each one of them have scored a big 100 and have probably taken the team out of a pressure situation. So if that can happen, it would be the best thing. But you also have to see when at what points of time or how many test matches have they played at Trent Bridge. I think Cheteshwar Pujara has only played 2 test matches at Trent Bridge, and Ajinkya Rahane has also played only 2. Yeah, only 2. So even Virat Kohli has only played 2 test matches at Trent Bridge. So you really can't take much out of these 2 test matches if you are going to look at it. And I think Pujara has a 50 at Trent Bridge. So does Virat Kohli also has 100 at Trent Bridge.
Virat has a total of 200 in that test in 2018.
Yeah, in 2018.
And 97. Yeah.
So I think it's more to do with at what time do they come out to bat. If it's sunny or if it's cloudy. If it's sunny, then you might see some runs being scored. If it's cloudy, then well, James Anderson is there. He'd be licking his lips, and we most probably see a bowling masterclass from him if that happens.
All right. Dia, we started the show with the statement of Anderson. He says, don't be surprised if we leave grass on this wicket after what India did to us. And that's not surprising. Anyway, after that, we discussed about the opening players. Both of them had a different opinion. Your opinion, now that Mayank is out, Gill is out, who should open with Rohit Sharma and why?
Well, I also think that it has to be KL Rahul. Like, I think the team management will be thinking about this, that he has also got 100 in England last time. So KL Rahul, I think, has that experience and he can contribute well with, and playing out the new ball. So this is what I think, that KL Rahul and Rohit Sharma might make a great pair for us to open. And Trent Bridge, what I saw is like the prediction is like there's going to be rain from day 2 till 5. And there's going to be a lot of pace, bounce, and the slips are going to be busy all the time. That's what I am like predicting as of now, and it's not going to be easy at all. Whether it would have been Edgbaston like last time, also in Edgbaston, the way Virat Kohli scored that like 149, I guess it was yesterday only, like in 2018 when that happened. So I don't think it's anything of that miraculous knock we're going to witness on this track right now. And what I can see is that England might go for 5 pacers and they might leave out Jack Leach this time, just like New Zealand did. So that can be England's strategy. So although they have a very weak batting lineup, so they might cover it up with a very strong bowling lineup. So that's how it can be.
Well, Dia mentioned England might leave out the spinner and Jack Leach, what New Zealand did. And Naresh, I remember in 2018, the test match, which he spoke about, where Virat probably scored 140 in that first test match. We dominated had England at the mat till Sam Curran from nowhere came and played that innings and bailed them out, and India then couldn't chase. So do you think India also might not consider playing 4 fast bowlers. You said about Shardul Thakur, but why not go with one spinner? And like Gurkirat said, why go with two spinners?
Yeah, that's the reason I think it will be all decided in the morning basis how the weather is on day one. There is some rain predicted going ahead, but I don't see that much of a rain of how we saw happen in Southampton. But I still feel Jadeja was underutilized in Southampton. So whether we go with 4 bowlers or 5 bowlers, I think it's very important how effective the utilization is. But if the conditions prefer seam, that's the reason I feel Shardul Thakur, a man-to-man replacement as an all-rounder, then the utility increases. Then Ashwin can take care at one end and the others rotate around. But yeah, Sam Curran would again be a danger for India. He did very well against us, and a left-hander, left-arm bowler. Maybe they may play 4 seamers and Joe Root swings his arm and they want to strengthen the batting because they're also vulnerable against swing. Even Indian seamers will do well if the conditions support and they bowl the right length. So I think that would be behind Joe Root's head that we need to even look at the batting. And that's where Butler would come in at say about 6 or 7. Otherwise, the batting looks quite inexperienced. But very interesting to see both the teams how they approach, because Ahmedabad was a very contrasting approach by both the teams. So we'll have to see what happens tomorrow.
Well, Ben Stokes opting out at the last moment in such a big series, big blow for England for sure. But do you think England have that players to fill in that gap of Ben Stokes, Gurkirat?
Bowling wise, yes, because he's not been bowling a lot. If you look at it over the last year and a half, or maybe even 2 years, he's not been bowling a lot. But probably they don't have a replacement for him as a batsman. He's not only a middle order batsman; he's a left-handed middle order batsman. That means something, because otherwise, if you see, apart from Rory Burns, almost everyone is a right-handed batsman. So it adds variety to the batting lineup, and that is where I think they'll miss him. That they'll just miss that part, that they don't have an able left-hander in the middle order who can do the job. Apart from that, I think if I were in the England camp, I would definitely play Jack Leach because of how he had bowled against Pujara and Rohit Sharma when they were playing in India. Because a lot of the wickets that he got against both Pujara and Rohit Sharma, they didn't have a lot to do with the pitch. It had to do with how he was varying his speed and the kind of lengths he was bowling. So I just play because getting out Pujara 4 times in a series when you are a spinner is a huge deal. Is a very big deal, because you ask the likes of Nathan Lyon, you ask the likes of Rangana Hera, they'll tell you how difficult it is to dismiss someone like Cheteshwar Pujara. So if there's not much rain around and if there's a hint of dryness probably in the second innings, I think it makes sense for England to play Jack Leach.
All right. Jack Leach, who got Pujara out quite a few times in India. Gurkirat is asking him to play. We hope he plays because we want somebody like a Rishabh Pant to get at least one spinner whom he can go after.
Yeah.
Anyway, I want to come to you. Well, pick your playing 11 for India.
Well, as I mentioned, the openers have to be Rohit Sharma and KL Rahul. And then at number 3, we are talking about England's batting lineup, but our batting lineup has also not done very well in this past year. So that is also one issue. Let's see. This is probably one of the very key moments for Cheteshwar Pujara, the batsman, as well. Then there's Virat Kohli, Ajinkya Rahane is there. And then again, I'm confused, like Ravichandran Ashwin is there, Rishabh Pant is there. But should we have Ravindra Jadeja or should we go for an extra pacer? But
so whom would you pick?
I will still persist with Ravindra Jadeja for the first test match. And then we have got our pacers, our trio, Ishant Sharma, Mohammad Shami and Jasprit Bumrah. So I think that can be India's first.
That's your playing 11.
Yeah.
You defer to it, Naresh, or you want to stick to what Dia says? Or you want to have Shardul in your squad?
Yeah, probably Jadeja. That's why I said Jadeja / Shardul, depending on the condition.
Whom do you want to have? Because it's like predicting the weather in England. It's like Virat Kohli's team is like predicting the weather in England.
I would play the same 11 except for a forced change of the opener.
So who would be that opener?
Well, go with KL because he has played in England before. Though Vihari has opened for India, but I think KL has
So
more.
you are going
experience
with
than him.
KL Rahul, and rest
Yeah.
all remains the same as the
Same.
WTC final.
Yeah.
Gurkirat, I think you said you want you don't think KL opening, so you are playing 11.
Because if you look at how the team management was looking at him and how he did in the warm-up game as well. He scored runs, but he was batting in the middle order, so he's been prepared to bat in the middle order, and I don't think it's the right approach to have him open. If he's playing, then you might as well open with Cheteshwar Pujara and move everyone up by one position, or I think if it's just about batting in the middle order, then I also think Hanuma Vihari is ahead in the pecking order because he played very well in Sydney and he'd been in the squad before KL. So either you play Hanuma Vihari, at number 3 and open with Cheteshwar Pujara, or open with Hanuma Vihari and have Cheteshwar Pujara at number 3 and have rest of the team the same, because I am really not okay with the idea of opening with KL Rahul.
So who's your 11? So you don't want KL, you want Hanuman Vihari. That's what I understand.
I'd have Hanuma Vihari in because he's also
And you have the
batted,
two spinners.
and everything else remains the same. Because Hanuma Vihari also bats in the top 3 for his state side. He's also coming off a good county experience, so he's already been in England for a couple of months. He'd be able to adjust to the lengths, the natural lengths, much more easily than what KL would.
Okay, so Gurkirat says Hanuman Vihari, Naresh says KL Rahul, if I'm not wrong, and Shardul ahead of Jadeja.
No, I'll stick to Jadeja,
Right,
but that's an option.
no,
I'm sticking
so-
to the same.
no.
Yeah, KL and the same team. KL and the same team. Yeah.
Same team. And Dia also probably want KL and the same team.
Yes.
So we'll see what Virat Kohli wants tomorrow. Okay, we got to wait and watch. Now it's very difficult to pick England squad because half the names, even though they are very familiar names, but still their team to me looks a very inexperienced side on batting. At least if you have to compare their batting with our batting. Now, Dia, you don't think this is India's best chance to get through England if they bowl well?
I think last time also Ravi Shastri mentioned that that in 2018 the only reason why they missed out on winning was winning those key moments. Like that's what Test cricket is all about, when you win those key moments. So I think if we are able to win those key moments, where if we cash in on the situation that we are in right now and we take advantage of that, then I think that can be our chance. But the thing is, even if they have an inexperienced batting lineup, they have that kind of a bowling and that kind of tracks that we are not very that are not
Familiar.
very favorable to us. So that will be one issue, that how the tracks are going to play and how our batsmen are going to react to it. So that will be very important, because bowling from both the sides is going to be really good. It all will come down to who's going to bat better this time. So this can be the chance. So yeah, it's all about how you are one step ahead of the other team. So then only I think we'll be able to win.
Naresh, one of the sides have not even picked Sam Curran in the squad tomorrow. Do you see him playing tomorrow?
He should be. If they're playing 4 or even 5 seamers, Sam Curran should be one of them, because he gets that variety of the left arm, and a left-hander batsman. So it's surprising if he doesn't play, and he's done well against India. But overall, I think India still start better purely from the batting lineup. More experience in the middle order. It will be all around Joe Root for England. Joe Root and then Anderson and Broad. That's the experience they're going in with, and that's where Butler at 5 or 6 would make a difference, depending on what they decide on who the batting is going to, what the batting lineup is. Sam Curran, for me, Sam Curran should play. For me, Sam Curran should definitely play. Yeah.
I wanted to add to Naresh sir's point. So the thing is that he mentioned about Joe Root. Well, I just saw that, although he started off this year pretty well. I mean, he got so many double hundreds. But since last 11 innings, he hasn't been able to reach a 50-run mark. So this is very important for us, because he is that, wall that we need to get through, and then the entire batting lineup will be looks really brittle. So we need to cash in on this opportunity as well, because Joe Root apparently is not in form. So if we are able to do that, then we'll have a chance. So, if we are
able to do that,
yeah,
I remember we were talking about Williamson also, but when it comes to India, he scores, then I won't be surprised if Williamson scores. So I'll come to Gurkirat. Gurkirat, give me a playing 11 for England, yaar. Let's not think so much. You're playing 11, because for me it's very difficult to pick England's playing 11.
So Rory Burns and Dom Sibley to open. That is for sure.
Okay.
Joe Root at number 4.
Number 3.
For number 3, there are two options. One is Dan Lawrence, the other is Zach Crawley. And
so whom would you pick?
I'd actually go with Dan Lawrence. I'd actually
so
go
Dan
with
Lawrence, Joe Root, number 5.
Number 5 would be Oli Pope. Number 6. Number 6 is Butler, because there is no folks in the squad. So one of Butler or Bairstow will be keeping, and it's keeping in test matches is very different from keeping in limited overs.
ODIs.
So you want someone who can last a duration and without getting himself injured. So I think Butler will play for sure. That he's number 6. There is no way that Sam Curran doesn't play tomorrow, because England don't have Ben Stokes and they don't have Chris Woakes. So you need someone who can give you a guarantee of overs and can also give you something with the bat. So I see Sam Curran playing tomorrow for sure at number 7. Then you have the 4 bowlers, out of which James Anderson and Stuart Broad will play for sure. I've already mentioned how Stuart Broad has a great record.
And the other 2 paces or spinner, Jack Leach.
I'd have Jack Leach, and then I'll have one of
Oli
Robinson. Oli Robinson or Oli Pope. I'd probably go with Mark Wood. I like Mark Wood a lot more than Oli Robinson. Or I might as even England can actually surprise India and play Oli Stone as well, because Oli Stone was good too, and all 3 of them are more or less similar with the bat. That is the thing with the English the English lower order, that all of them sort of bat. Although they've regressed, the batting of Stuart Broad has regressed drastically. So if they actually play Mark Wood, then it will actually
help India.
It would actually help India in cleaning up the tail, because Mark Wood, Jack Leach, Stuart Broad, and James Anderson isn't as difficult as a lower order to bowl to as if you would probably add Jofra Archer and Chris Woakes in it, because Chris Woakes is a proper batsman. He's had hundreds in first class cricket, so that is a huge advantage. So purely from that reason, Sam Curran will play tomorrow. He also adds that left arm bowling option.
All right. Quickly, Dia, two questions. Who will be the guy for India who will score 100, if at all there's 100, and who's going to win the match?
This is a very tough question, like when it comes to predictions.
No questions are easy on my show.
If I have to pick, I'll go with Virat Kohli. My bias will be there for his side. So yeah, Virat Kohli has to be the match winner for us. And I don't think India is winning the first test match. They will lose. But Virat Kohli will be the top scorer, I think.
He will be the top scorer, but he will not score 100 and India will lose.
India will lose. And yeah,
Naresh, her verdict is out. India is going to lose. 3 days of rain, India is going to lose. Come on, Naresh. Another 4 days of rain.
Okay, India is winning, and one of the 3, Pujara, Rahane, or Virat is getting.
All 3 will score.
Oh, then definitely India is winning. Then definitely India is winning.
So who's scoring the 100?
I think Virat. He's done it before in 2018, and Virat 100 and India wins.
Gurkirat?
I go with a pick which I normally don't do. I think Ajinkya Rahane is going to score some runs.
His favorite.
I usually don't back him, but it's just a gut feel that I think Ajinkya Rahane will score some runs. And as far as the results is concerned, I don't know. My gut feel is that the first test match might probably end in a draw.
Okay, so draw, Ajinkya Rahane, Virat Kohli, India winning. Virat Kohli will be the top scorer, India will lose. So we were all different predictions. We need to wait and watch how India start in this test match. Fantastic show as usual, guys. We could have gone long, but let's hope that India live up to your expectations, except that India don't lose. Take care of yourselves, guys. We'll catch you up on the last day of the test match. And we hope we come with happy smiles on our face, at least with a draw, if not a loss.
Yes.
Good, guys. Take care. Be good. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.